what's going on, everybody? Dan, the Ultra Dad here. Hope you're doing well today. So I had a very special interview with a friend of mine, Mr. Seth James Demoor, earlier today. I've done live streams typically when I do interviews, but tonight it just seemed like it made more sense and it was going to work out better if I did it just for a video. So we had a great conversation, kind of a far-ranging discussion about various topics. Of course, all about my favorite topic, and that is running. So hope you enjoy the interview, and thank you so much for watching. Before I play the interview, if you like it, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like thumbs up as well. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope your training is going well. I hope your weekend's going well. I thought it would be fitting to play this interview before my first road marathon, which is going to be on Sunday morning in 2 days' time. So anyway, once again, hope you're doing well. Hope your training's going well. Have yourself a great weekend, and I hope you enjoy the interview. So, Seth, thank you so much for joining the channel. How are you doing tonight?
Indeed, I'm doing well, even though I'm quite tired. We can talk about the run today. Just getting back. That's why I'm sitting down. I'm not in the studio space, standing up. So yeah, no, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, Seth. This has been a long time coming. I'm so
It has.
excited to finally get all of my questions answered, and kind of get a little bit of a view behind the scenes with Demoor Global Running, and of course the Seth James Demoor YouTube channel.
AMA, ask me anything. You can take it any direction you want, sir.
So tell me first about Rotterdam, or as you say, Rotterdam.
Rotterdam. I know. I know. I like to add a little spin on it there. Well, first of all, it probably starts with this jacket.
Yes.
How sweet is this? This is my U.S. Olympic trials. So, I think there was about 11,000 runners in Rotterdam. For those just tuning in, I raced April 10th, the Rotterdam Marathon, a road marathon. And so it's been a couple weeks, 3 weeks now. But 11,000 runners, and all the runners throw their gear to the ground before the race because it's a little chilly. It was perfect temperatures in Rotterdam. But I was walking by the finish line and start line after the race just to kind of soak it all in. And there was just clothing everywhere from the runners who just ditched it at the beginning of the race. And I was kind of shocked that it wasn't already picked up. And I found this jacket, and it's the U.S. Olympic Trials Training Center down in Colorado Springs, which is literally like a mile from the hospital where I was born. So anyway, I had to grab it and bring it home with me.
So you've not had anyone contact you and say, "Hey, I left my jacket and I saw your channel."
And if they ask for it back, I'm gonna say, hey, you can find it on eBay
That's right.
because it's
Yeah, that's
gonna.
right. Finders keepers.
No, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm never selling this. This thing is amazing. So it's straight. I don't know when it was made, but it's a throwback. But no, Rotterdam was good. It was a PR for me, about a 2:22, and just trying to keep getting faster on the
Oh
roads.
yeah.
It was an 18-week training block starting in late 2021. Gosh, it was great. The fans along the route were amazing. I had a good pack of runners to run with. So if you want to run fast, I would definitely recommend Rotterdam for. I think there's about 220 feet of which took me a lot of research to figure out the actual vertical gain. So it's not that much. 220 feet is pretty flat for a road marathon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you've been obviously on the quest for the flattest road marathon to try to
I
do
have.
your absolute best to get your quickest time,
Oh.
of course. And but you're talking about speed. I'm the ultra dad, so I'm much more about just slow, steady paces.
I love it. I love it, man. I mean, it's an art form. I mean, what's harder, going fast on the roads or holding a pace for 12 hours or 16 hours? Like there's an art to both of them.
Yeah, and we'll get into it in a few minutes, but obviously Zagama is still on the horizon, I think. I actually am a little behind. I didn't watch your vlog today, and I know there's something something that's brewing, and
Yes.
the I word, and I hate to even say it, but I hope that you're doing okay, and I hope that that's still possible.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to spill the beans with you if you'd like me to
Oh,
share.
go for it. Yeah.
It's no, I share it in the vlog, and so it's, but I'm not going to say it right. It's proximal. It's basically the hamstring, right where it connects to the sit bone, your butt bone, basically. Proximal hamstring tendinopathy, I
Hmm.
think is the how you would say it. So it's your big muscles in your hamstring that eventually connect to your bone, I don't know the name of the bone, but it's a tendon there that gets aggravated and upset, and it probably started doing the speed work, getting ready for Rotterdam, and then flying. So um the most pain that I have is when I'm sitting, actually. When I'm running, when I'm walking, it actually feels great. I don't feel it at all. So I'm working through it, but yeah, Zagama is at the end of May, and I still plan to be there for the race in Spain, even
Great.
though it's just something I got to monitor, and I've learned a lot about the hamstrings in the last, let's say, 10 days, and how to strengthen the hamstrings, because that'll help with getting rid of it, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a tough decision. Obviously, you'd have to fly all the way over there to
Yeah.
Spain. Do you think that you would still go over even if you decided you couldn't race, or would you pull the plug if you couldn't race?
That's actually a good question. I don't know. I mean, I might just go over just to film it for the
Right.
channel, but that's you know what I'm always saying on the channel, family first. So I'm not sure. True loves taking care of four boys here back at the house, but no, I'd probably go. Um, Here's the thing: from the time we're recording, like 7 days ago, I would say I was on the fence about being able to race,
Mm.
but now I'm feeling a lot more confident because I'm doing really specific work, strengthening exercises in the gym to make it better. So, yeah, I feel good that it's going to happen.
That's good to hear. Yeah, for those of you who watch my channel who haven't, I'm sure you're aware that Seth went to UTMB last year and did some amazing
Mhm.
filming there.
Mhm.
We were all extremely jealous watching that. But yeah, maybe you could turn it into like a UTMB trip. But I do have a question
Yeah.
for you. How many brownie points did you have to cash in on to get to go to UTMB with True Love?
Oh man, I know. And the crazy thing, because you watch, the channel, is that we were in the middle of moving,
Right.
so it was like it was not. It was last. It was a bad time. Like training for Pikes Peak, moving. Oh, in a hot housing market here in Denver. So it just was crazy. So I know. How did I pull that off? I think I pulled it off because I had bought the plane ticket before we decided to move. So it was
Uh,
like, I gotta go.
yep. It's like I already got the ticket too late. I got to do it.
Yeah, no, she's a huge support, but man, I like to, and here's the crazy thing, you might experience this when you go to races, but like if the family's not with you, it just feels a little strange. It's like it's a lot different. I don't like to travel actually without them, but
Yep.
until the boys are a little older, which I'm excited. When Joseph, he's 9 now. When he's like 11 or 12, I am excited to take the boys like with me to these races.
Sure.
So
Yeah, when I have to go somewhere without my family, I think the first day it's really nice. It's kind of quiet. And I get to kind of just enjoy the peace. And
right,
then I suddenly start missing everybody. It's like, oh, like where's my son? Where's my daughter? My wife? It's like so. So
it's like
I go through a kind of a process there. So
right, it's like 12 hours of silence or quiet, and you're like, wait a minute, this is kind of weird.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
yeah,
So let's talk a little bit. Let's go back to Rotterdam a little bit. And
sure.
so you got your jacket, and you did get the PR.
Sure.
I know that your A goal was to get the OTQ. And
Yep.
just if you would for my viewers and listeners, what do you think? If you could sum up what you would change for the next road marathon to
hmm
accomplish that OTQ, what would you do differently?
hmm So OTQ, for those that don't know, is Olympic Trials Qualifier, and I'll just say I'm 36 years old, so I'm not 26
He's
anymore.
not as old as I am, though.
But come on. But what I've been dreaming about. I'm getting close though to you. I don't know how old you are, but where
40,
I'm getting
42, 42.
42. All right, I'm not too far off. So it's been a dream of mine to run in the Olympic trials since I was in high school. It's been a goal. I'm not a 5K guy. I'm not a 10K guy. I don't have that type of speed. But, big dreams are to, to qualify in the United States, you have to run now under 218 for the marathon or under 103 for the half marathon. So it's actually gotten, I'd say, quite a bit harder from the last cycle for what were the Olympics in China? No, no, not where were the last Olympics? Summer
Was it
Olympics.
Japan?
Japan. Sorry,
Was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Tokyo.
in
Yeah.
Tokyo. I had a blank there. But the trials were in Atlanta. So this upcoming cycle, I believe they're going to be in Los Angeles. And so it's been a dream of mine my whole life to run in the Olympic trials. So, but I got to go under 218, so I'm like 4 minutes off. So I ran 222.20 in Rotterdam. It's like 5:25 a mile,
Yeah.
which is
It's
great.
still incredible, man.
It's good, it's solid, but it means I need to shave 10 seconds a mile because to 218 is 5:15 a mile.
Right.
So I definitely have some serious work to do moving forward. And you asked like, what would I change moving forward?
Like
Oh yeah,
training wise,
yeah,
probably. Or
yeah,
strategy wise during the race.
yeah. I mean, I probably was a little bit tired going into it, so I topped out. So I like volume. That's why I'm a mountain runner. That's why probably sooner rather than later I'll switch to the ultra running, ultra dad. I love just running big volume. So I topped out at 130 miles a week for the Rotterdam Marathon training block. Moving forward, I'd probably reduce that to like 110, 115. And then also, it's crazy, but Colorado's not horrible winters. I probably my best shot is CIM or Houston. Training for a fast road marathon in the winters in Colorado, it's not impossible, but we do have challenging weather at times. At times, it's not like, trust me, there's other places that get much worse weather in the winter, but I probably train, let's say, like September, October, November, and then maybe do CIM in December, just because you really gotta hit the speed, especially for me if I want to go from 5:25 down to 5:15. Also, like I got maybe a little caught up in the Rotterdam race, and you can all go watch the vlogs and see all the race footage. But I got a little caught up. It was probably okay. I think on the day, um, I got a little caught up in like hitting paces and sticking with that group. I think in future marathons, I don't know. I know pace groups are good, but at the same time, it can kind of get into your head where you become too reliant on the group and you don't just run by feel a little bit more. I don't think I would have run that much fast. Maybe I could have run under 222 on the day if I would have gone with that first group that kind of took off at 10K. But anyway, yeah, I'd change a lot as far as time of year of training and then reducing volume. But I also made a vlog, I will say, about 10 days ago, kind of pushing back on all the as a YouTuber, you know how it goes. You get that pushback on your training and those opinions, which is
Yep.
great. But I ran a 105.43 in Naples, Florida about, I don't know, 15 months ago off of basically zero speed training, but a lot of high altitude
Right.
training here in Colorado.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a big question, big topic.
Well, one of the interesting questions that I remember that's been asked, I think you've answered it at least once, probably more than once on your channel, and that is,
Hmm.
would you rather try the half marathon OTQ time, the
Yeah.
103, because you do have just incredible speed, and so I
Hmm.
mean what's your half marathon right now? Is it 106 or 105? Did you
Yeah.
just say it was 10?
It's 105.43. I mean, so the last Olympic cycle, it was 104.
Ooh,
So I think I actually, but then they dropped it by a minute. Like that's quite a bit.
yeah,
Like 103 is fast. Like I think 104 is 4:52 pace. So 103, I think. So 103 is probably, well, we could do the math, but anyway, it's like I don't know if I have that type of speed. I think 104, I honestly would probably give it a go. At CIN or sorry, at Houston like 2023, but 103, that's just fast. Like that's really fast. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, I can't even dream of this speed. So let's just quickly give you a preview. I don't know if you know, but I'm running my first road marathon on Sunday. So
I don't know if I knew
yeah,
that. Congrats. Oh, that's fun.
never,
Which one?
the Flying Pig Marathon in Cincinnati.
Okay.
So
Oh, I've heard great things about that
have
marathon.
you? Well, it has. I mean, there are a lot of people that like to run it. The problem is it's not a flat marathon. So it's
I've heard good things as far as like crowd
yeah,
support.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. It's very well organized. It's a great
Yeah.
event that they put on, and there's about 30,000 runners, so it's a pretty decent
Nice.
size.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're expecting for this coming Sunday. But the issue is it's not flat. There's a I don't know if you've been to Cincinnati before, but there's a it's
No.
kind of in a river valley, and so they
Mm,
run you up the river valley from the floor up to one of the towns that are just above the city. So you get
mm.
I don't know what I did the same thing you were doing for Rotterdam. I was trying to figure out what the vertical gain was, but I think it's I mean there's at mile 5 you have about 5 to 700 feet of climbing
Wow.
over a period of like 3 miles, and then
Okay.
it's a net downhill at the half marathon point to the rest
Oh,
through the rest of the race, but
okay.
you still have that big hill that's just like it goes on for miles. And so, so anyway, but I don't know why I went into that. I think I was just trying to say it's going to be a great experience. I'm excited to do my first road marathon in my life.
Yeah.
But my time goal is to break 4 hours.
Yeah.
so, so
That's
we're talking
awesome.
a much slower situation than yours.
No,
So,
that's a great time. I mean, breaking 4 hours and on a hilly course, you can't forget about you can't no, I mean seriously, especially your first one, because road marathons different than trail stuff as far as what it does to the body.
yeah,
And you're probably gonna, I would guess you might be a little more sore from it because of the hard pounding, but
yeah.
just the speed as well. Like I bet you're going to be a little more. I have found in the past that I'm more sore from the road stuff than the trail stuff. So,
Yeah, that's what
um,
I've done a couple. I did a couple long runs. My training's been a little bit lacking, but I did do a couple long runs the past few weekends. I topped out at 17. I never got to the
nice.
20, but
That's good though.
the 17 hurt though. It was
Yeah,
yeah, it hurt.
you'll
So
yeah you'll get there. 17 though is better than I would say 15. Like 9 miles to go. I bet you'll be okay.
yeah, well we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it'll be fun. I'm gonna run with my brother Will, who
Oh,
is
cool.
he's about your age actually.
Okay.
He's actually a couple years younger than you. I think he's 34.
Ooh,
So he's a really great athlete,
that's fun.
and so it'll be fun to kind of run with him. And I'll let him go at some point because he's always faster than I am. But
There
he
you
runs
go.
all the ultras that I do too. So he's been in a few of my videos. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Very cool.
so
That's a lot of fun. It's like my brother and I getting
yeah,
out
oh
there.
yeah, that's kind of neat that you mentioned that because when I watch you and Joseph running, I think of my brother. So for
Yeah,
sure.
no, that's awesome. It's
But
nothing like it. It's sharing time out on the trails. No, I've seen your brother in some of your videos. Yeah, now that I think of it.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
before we get too far into this, I wanted to thank you very much for all your support of my channel in the past.
Oh, of course.
I'm a little YouTuber, small YouTuber, and to have somebody who's had a lot of success on YouTube support you, that's very appreciated. So thank you.
Oh, of course. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's fun. It's like a little tight knit community. We running YouTubers. We're I don't know. It's a little niche in
Yep.
the grand landscape of YouTube.
Yep. Well, and some of the bigger YouTubers, they kind of get, it's although the running YouTubers seem to be very helpful in things with channel questions, stuff like that. But, some
Sure.
YouTubers, once they get big, really big, they kind of forget about people. And
Right.
and you've never done that. And I thank you very much for that. That's really nice.
Oh man.
So, but
You're
I
welcome.
remember watching, so real quick story. I first saw your channel when you had 8,000 subscribers. So it
Nice.
was right after the Run Rabbit Run 100 attempt that you did, because I
Nice.
actually did the 50 miler the next day,
Oh,
and
wow.
I finished that. I finished the 50, and I went out there with my brother and his wife and my wife, and that was my first mountain ultra. And so I did that the next day, the day after you were attempting the 100. And so when I got home, actually, it may have been on the flight, I was searching for videos to see if I was in anybody's videos. And then I
Cool.
found you, and I saw all your videos running up to that race. And I was
Cool.
like, wow, this is cool. Like, I just ran this race, and this guy just tried to do the 100. So,
That's so cool. Oh man, what a world. That's a while ago. I mean, I think this summer it'll probably be like four years, right?
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And so then I hit that subscribe button, and
And here,
back in the days when you had the shoe boxes on the wall back in the
yeah,
studio, and so that was
right.
pretty cool. So
That's cool. Well, that's cool. Well, I got to reciprocate and say thank you for all the support and watching the channel and just sticking with me through thick and thin and all the craziness that I put out there on the interweb. So thanks for watching for so long.
of course, man, it's always fun to watch, and you've had quite a journey, YouTube and running wise. It's been a lot of fun for you to open your life up to your your subscribers, but YouTube in general, and
Hmm.
it's been fun to watch. Really fun, man. So you have Zagama potentially, and then you're going back to
Yeah. Pikes Peak. Yep.
okay. And are you going to do the marathon, or are you going to do the ascent marathon again? Right.
Yeah, so it's interesting. So, the Golden Trail series is Zagama is part of the Golden Trail series, and
And so is Pikes Peak.
and so is the Ascent. So they switched it this year. It
Oh,
used to
that's
be
right.
it used to be the
Yeah.
marathon. So I'm a little I was just a little up in the air actually because I love my marathon. Um,
But you have, I mean, you have one of the best ascent times in recent history, right?
I think yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it was 206:40-ish last year and I was definitely ready for that. Like it was a great summer of training last summer and I think it put me top 10 all time, which is pretty cool
That is
because my
awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool, but man, there were some guys like in the 70s and 80s that were just throwing down. I mean,
Yeah,
there's Matt Carpenter at
right.
201. He's got the course record. And then there's a bunch of guys from like 204. Well, a bunch of guys. There's like five guys between 204 and like 207 and or 20 yeah, about 2. Did I run 206? I think I ran 206. Anyway, I think I'm top 10, so it's cool.
So
Um
you're probably, my point is you might want to defend that recent
exactly.
history. Yeah.
I know. Like, I so going back to back is pretty cool.
That's
Um
amazing, man. I mean, that was so fun to watch you win the
yeah.
marathon 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I am.
The only thing I didn't like about it was that you couldn't do it with all the European people over there.
So hopefully that changes this year, which is kind of one of the reasons I want to, do the marathon again. But so I'm a little up in the air about that. Then I would say like the kind of the big goal is the World Mountain Running Championships
Oh,
over in Thailand, which I don't know all the details exactly, but as far as like the organization of these races, but I went to Argentina, oh man, 3 years ago
yep,
and was on the USA team down
yep.
there for the world. I didn't have a great race. I was not, I was still training for like New York City. I wasn't focused solely New York City Marathon. I wasn't fully focused. There's my New York City Marathon mug for everybody. I wasn't fully focused on mountain running, so I didn't have a great race in Argentina. So I want to have a little redemption in Thailand. Hopefully, if I can get on the team and qualify for the team in for Thailand, and so that'll be early November.
And I think you can just apply for it, right? You don't have to necessarily get a top placing race because you've been on the team before.
So it depends on the distance.
Ah,
So there's like different races over there. I think there's four races. I think there's like a vertical kilometer, the short course, the long course, and then the ultra course, like the ultra. So I would probably be going for the long course, which, oh man, see, it's like the distances are all jumbled. I I think it's about a marathon roughly. And actually, I believe, okay, all these ifs. I think if you win the Pikes Peak Marathon, I think you get an automatic spot on the team.
Okay,
I know. So it's like all
but
this,
not the ascent.
but not the Ascent. But the Golden Trail Series has the Ascent as part of its,
Yeah.
not the marathon. So I'm a little things are in flux right now. We'll just put it that way.
Is your brother for sure going? Because did he qualify for the COVID year that got canceled?
They got canceled.
Ugh, and it didn't
So
carry
he
over. Mm,
no. So he will be in New York, I believe, in July. There's a race in New York for the short course, which I think is about 8 miles roughly. So he's gonna try and qualify. He has to try and qualify. He's gonna get it, but I think he has to try and qualify again
yeah,
for the short team in New York in July. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like, oh, it's kind of a little bit of a mess, but
He'll get it. It's just a shame that he has to
I
he has to do
know.
that again.
Oh, it's tough. I know.
But
So, but it's interesting because the World Mountain Running Championships is now part of the World Athletics, which is the same organization that oversees the Olympics and the World Championships.
huh?
Yeah, it's like they're now, it's like, it's kind of cool because the World Mountain Running scene is kind of becoming a little more recognized under the, I'd say, the governing bodies of the running space, yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Are you looking to do any FKTs this summer?
That's a fun question. 100%.
Good.
I almost have it's basically an annual goal to set 3 FKTs on 14ers. I don't think I named them this year in my annual, on every year on the channel, I name my goals, and I always say like 3 FKTs on 14ers, but I want to get Mount Princeton because I grew up in
Right.
Buena Vista, as properly pronounced, and so Mount Princeton is the big mountain there in Puny Buny as we call it.
They
So
call it puny beauty.
that's, I mean, yeah, the real locals call it Puny, although it is growing, but it's getting bigger. But so probably, yeah, I'll definitely be going after some FKTs for sure.
Princeton, any others, or are those to be named later?
You know, I'll just say I gotta retake. I gotta try and retake Mount Elbert. All right, Princeton, Elbert. Probably it's so hard to get to the San Juans from Denver. It's like a 6 hour drive, but I'd love to get down to the San Juan mountain range. It's like southwest Colorado. And then here on the Front Range, here in Denver, there's some very fast, short stuff like Mount Morrison, Mount Falcon. Yeah. So there's some local stuff I'd like to get after as well.
Well, I will be in Colorado for
That
two
is
weeks this summer. So
that is right. In July.
yeah, in July I'll be watching the Hard Rock 100. So
Mm.
gonna be down in the San Juans. So we'll be driving through Denver, and I think we're gonna spend a night in Breckenridge, and then head on down towards Telluride and Silverton and Ouray. But yeah, maybe we can link up there at some point. I can time you while you try an FKT.
I might need your I might need some babysitting duties because we'll be
That's right.
welcoming a little baby girl to the world. So what? Yeah, let me know the dates because I know, I think you've told me already, but anyway,
Yeah, we'll
um,
connect. I'll let you know exactly what the dates are,
cool.
but yeah, I know you have a
I'll
very
take
important
yes.
uh, stuff going on at that time.
We'll I could we can meet at the base of Grays and Torreys on I-70.
Yeah, man, for sure. And that just it's so exciting that you're having another child, and that's very cool. So,
Yeah,
your wife's, I'm sure, just thrilled you're having a girl. I have
I
a daughter
know.
myself, so
Right? Life changing.
absolutely, absolutely. How's True Love doing? Let's get a True Love update. How's she
She's
doing?
doing well, I think, yeah, she's doing well. She's kind of at that stage though where, the baby bump is getting pretty big, and so it's kind of that uncomfortable stage.
Sure.
We got about yeah, oh my goodness, I don't know, 2.5 months to go. So it's kind of the baby bump's getting big, but no, she's doing great. Um, yeah, we're just excited for summer, excited for the boys to be off school and
Yep.
just and not move. We're not we're not moving this summer, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
That's going to be a different summer for you. That'll be really nice. A much more peaceful summer,
Oof.
hopefully.
Oh man, we're not moving again for a long time.
How are things going with your new house? Are you settling in? Are you and of course without saying exactly where you live, do you live closer to the
Yeah,
mountains or
we do. Yeah, it's nice. It cut about I think like 10 minutes off of my commute to the Grays and Torreys, so that was nice.
okay.
So yeah, no, we love it. Although I will say, I think I said it yesterday on the vlog. I think it takes like 18 to 24 months to really feel like you've moved in, and then you understand how to take care of the house. Like, you
Yep.
know, even like where the ice, it's something so silly, but like where does the snow and ice form in the winter? And like where you really need a shovel to make sure it doesn't pile
Right.
up. It's like little things like that that we're continuing to learn.
How to not kill the fish in the backyard.
Oh, shh.
I'll cut that part out.
Yeah, we'll cut the no, no, no. That and yeah, oh my God, so many. How to turn the sprinklers on in the spring. So yeah.
So I got to ask you about your sunglasses. Have you
Oh
found
yeah.
have you finalized or figured out which ones you're gonna wear the most? It looks like those get
I
a lot of
know.
action, but your blenders do too.
Yes, I am enjoying the blenders. One of the pairs of the blenders are a little big, so they don't really stay on the head really well. So I went a little crazy. I just bought like 8 pairs, some cheap, some maybe middle grade. These are so just like some on Amazon, some not on Amazon. These are FEOIE. Have you ever heard of that
No,
brand?
no.
FEOE. I think they look pretty cool. Usually though for trail running, I don't love
Yep.
this rim on the bottom, just so there's
Yep.
like no, I can really see the ground well in the rocks when you're going fast. So these are kind of my slow day shades. But no, I've been enjoying them. I just got a little, I guess, I used to be a Smith guy, but every pair is like 150 bucks
Right.
plus. And
Right.
when you lose them, you break them. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna. Same with like earbuds. I just kind of got so tired of losing earbuds that I kind of just go for the cheap ones now.
Yeah. 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 Earbuds are a whole saga for me. I'm
I,
right now I'm doing these studio buds, but
ooh, see, I had those about 6 months ago, and I paid some good money for them, and then I lost them.
yeah. Do your kids steal them or no, I mean not, do they take them and do they get lost that way or do you just misplace them?
I'm honestly gonna blame it on the vlog. I feel like I'm so like dialed into film production and video production, probably too much that I just like space it out. So no, my kids don't take them. It's all my fault.
That's awesome. So World Mountain Championships is possibly going to happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
What about are you thinking about CIM this year or would that be a different year?
Oh,
Houston in
I think
2023?
I know. I don't know. I think both of them are kind of pretty much question marks, especially CIM, because it'd be about a month. Yeah, no, it's like too close to the World Mountain Running Championships, unless I did the total all in on like verts and altitude training. I actually am curious. I'd actually be curious to try this. Yeah, this might be breaking news. Show up at CIM with it might be an interesting like test.
Experiment? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like show up at CAM with zero speed training. Maybe I would do like some thresholds, but like no time on the track and just like do because it'd be like World Mountain Running Championships, I think is like November 5th. And CIM is like December 6th. So literally like a month later. And just carry that mountain
Yep.
fitness straight into CIM and just let it rip and see what happens. I'm actually kind of curious to
You sh- you should really consider it because you always
I
do
know.
talk about on the channel that and I believe this strongly. I agree completely that you have kind of an almost an edge because of the altitude that you live at, because
Mhm.
of the science that goes on there with the blood and and with the oxygen content. And you talk about that on the vlog quite a bit. And of course, your background and your passion for mountain running.
Yeah.
And I think all of those things do, do a great job to get you in amazing fitness. But I would love to see how that translates directly into a road marathon. That'd be interesting.
And my fastest half marathon on the roads was, I did a little bit of speed work, but it was mostly a huge, crazy aerobic base running up Mount Evans in November and December. Mount Evans is a 14,000-foot mountain here, and it's paved all the way to the top. And I think I went up it 3 times, and like round trip, it's 26 miles.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
who knows? So I don't know. And then, because here's the deal, Houston, you have to train through Christmas and New Year's, and
Ooh,
like I
your
don't want
2 week break can't happen that way.
that as well, but I don't want to train like
Yeah,
I like to enjoy life a little bit as
right,
well. Like training at a
right.
high level through Christmas and New Year's with
Yeah.
kids, it's just not ideal. So
That sounds like a recipe for true love not being so thrilled.
oh, and a new baby and a
Oh yeah.
new baby in the house, so we're not going there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, thank you so much, Seth, for joining the channel today for a little chat and tonight. And it's been awesome to actually talk to you one on one. I've been
Yeah.
such a fan for so many years, and I just can't wait to meet you in person someday.
Yes, sir. Well, this summer, right?
Yeah,
Actually, it's not that far off,
yeah.
So
Let's
no,
try to
you're
make it happen. We'll see if
yeah.
maybe have true love have the baby sooner.
We might not well, our kids do come early, but no, we might not barbecue, but we can get some Texas Roadhouse and some butter and bread at the Demoor house. So
That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
thanks again, Seth, and DGR strong, as we like to
Yeah.
say always. And congrats on just the amazing success of your YouTube channel. I can't wait to continue to follow it, and I think we'll probably leave it at that.
Cool, man. Thanks for the time and appreciate it. And yeah, say hello to your family as well.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the interview with Seth. I had a great time talking to him. Thanks again, Seth, for joining my channel and giving us a little update on things with you and your life and what's going on. So, all right. Hope you're having a great night again. And everybody take care, and we will catch you in the next one.